Are there any plans or schemes which you look to put into place here straight away?
No. Initially, Andy and Steve have they've done a good job of sort of tightening the belts at Mansfield and trying to get it so it's running really efficiently. It would be poor for me to come here and change things straight away, especially the way the team are playing. I'm not going to touch how the team's set up, and I'm quite happy with the way the back rooms, staff and everything seem to work in the club. Let me get my feet under the table for a few months and then we might make a few changes.
You touched on the team there. Let's talk about the team. Will you be injecting money towards David Holdsworth's wage budget or for transfers? Will David Holdsworth actually see cash to go out and buy a player?
I've spoke to David, but not at length. So this is something really that me and David will have to sit down and discuss, and let's see where we are. Let's see where we are around Christmas time. I mean, the transfer window doesn't open again until January. So yeah, well, I'll talk to you about that once I spoke with David.
Okay, and just to give us a comparison, Crawley Town, of course, it's been widely documented about their large sums of money which they have to spend in the transfer market. Can you see us in effect doing a Crawley, going out buying players for say 200,000, that type of figure?
Let's wait. I mean, we've got a good current team at the moment. The team seems to be playing very well at the moment, and I don't think any of the current team's positions are under any sort of threat. I've not spoken with David, so let me have that conversation with David first before I can answer them sort of questions.
What does this club need to work on, do you feel, John? You said the marketing earlier. Just touch on a bit more in depth about that and what other areas you think we need to improve on.
I think the club's been run really well and efficiently. It's had historic misfortune in the past, so I really do need to get my feet under the table before I say, well, this area we could do some improvement on that. And Andrew, I know through business as well, seems to have done a very good job sort of getting the club onto a sort of a level playing field where it can afford to, it can nearly afford to tick along without too much investment from the three past directors. But now, obviously, it's going to have a little bit of money to spend. I'd like to smarten the stands up a little bit and do a little bit like that. But let me get my feet on the table first.
What would you say your ethos then of running a club will be?
I'd have to. I go back to what I'd like to emulate what John has done with Doncaster. Not a carbon copy, but quite close. Okay.
So Doncaster is the blueprint?
Possible blueprint. I want to go past Doncaster. I certainly want to see Mansfield Town above Doncaster Rovers. Sorry, John.
Let's talk about Steve Barker, who you're set to appoint immediately as your chief executive. Tell us about Steve and his qualities.
Well, Steve is a really honest guy, honest and true, and really hard working. He's been in management now, not club management, but he's been in a management role now for the last 15, 20 years, and I trust him. And at the moment, because I'm still running my own company, I'm not able to spend sort of 7 days a week at Mansfield Town, so he's sort of going to be my right hand man down here and making sure that things, first of all, seeing how things currently run, and then making sure things are put into place to make sure that the club goes forward.
What are your immediate priorities, John?
To keep Mansfield Town in the top 5 certainly, and if not top spot for the league.
How excited should the supporters be?
Hopefully very excited. Mansfield Town is going to go back into the league this season. Touch wood.
What would your message to those supporters be?
As far as the town's concerned, well, first of all, guys, is thank you for your support. I mean, it's to say that we're down in the conference and we're still getting gigs above 2,000. That's good. And please continue to support the club, and I'll make sure that the pricing of the club is done on an even field with the rest of the clubs, and we'll get rid of all the messy price structures that we've currently got.
And finally, can the image of Mansfield Town now be one where people see it as a wealthy club?
Yes, we won't be in a situation where we're facing receivership or anything like that.
Ever again under your tenureship?
Under my tenureship, yeah.
The journey begins.
Yes.
John Radford, I look forward to it. Welcome and thank you.
Okay, thank you, Steve. Cheers.